You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Raw with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. And if we don't play, our wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's a way. Somebody please give this brother an eye. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello. And here we are, man. National champs, beat the #1 team, pitch a shutout at Grambling, set an Ohio State record. The quarterback did, Julian Sayin. Jeremiah Smith, second longest reception in the game. A lot of things happened in the game. A lot of good things going on with Buckeye Nation right now. Got a good show planned. Got some film we're going to dive into from a lot of the freshmen, a lot of the new guys. Talk about snap counts. Just in general, talk about the excitement. Ohio State is a really fun team to cover right now. Shout out Ryan Day. Before we get into that chat, appreciate you guys showing up as always. The super chats, they are on. Jump in the chat if you haven't been in there before. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Become a member of the Buckeye Boys. It all goes back into the channel for you guys to have a better experience here on the Buckeye Boys and the Scoop channel, man. So, Mello, how was your day, bro?
Man, today's great, man. I went to somebody's house today, big UGA fan. And I was wearing my Ohio State hat, so, a lot of banter back and forth. I was like, oh, you got that small G on your hat. It was a little G, but it was uppercase. And then we just started going back and forth. He said he was going to tune in tonight. So I'm looking forward to him. He wants to come on screen. He's like, I want to argue with you and your co-host about UGA versus Ohio State. And, of course, every UGA fan wants to bring up 22 Peach Bowl. But I told him we got him. But you did leave out one other school record that we broke on Saturday.
The shutout, the second largest shutout in Ohio State history.
Nope, that's good too, but that's not the school record because it's the second. The most targets to tight ends in a single game. 5 different targets. 5 different tight ends got targeted in this game. It just goes to show how explosive and how dangerous this offense is. And if you think about it, the offense is behind the defense right now. And the defense is the best defense in America. You have the O-line is #1 on not giving up sacks, #1 on tackles for loss, not giving up. So, once this offense matches and catches up with the defense back to back, we've been telling you guys since last year, Dev been a focal point of that. He's been a champion of that. Dev said it first. Nobody else did on any podcast, Ohio State related or any other one. It was all Dev. He started this, and Dev gets all the credit because we are going back to back.
Yeah, so listen, a lot of that, part of me saying 2024, 2025 Natty Lock was the fan in me. The other part was what Ryan Day has been creating. The recruiting classes, the culture. You know me, I'm a firm believer in that stuff in my life. Like the culture, the attitude, the belief system behind things. And once I got to know last year, when I got to know the real ins and out of this football program, once I realized the developed here, the brotherhood culture thing, it wasn't just a saying. Once I realized that, I was like, oh, dude, bro, with the way that NIL is changing the college game and the fact that Ohio State is not changing in that regard, they're not changing with the tide. Dude, there are so many examples we could go over about how paying players a bunch of money doesn't get you anything. My Oklahoma hat's over there, but I would go get it to prove my point perfectly. Okay. But I'm not going to do that. A lot of exciting things with this Buckeye team. I'll start off this, Mello, because I ran into a Georgia fan too the other day, and he was like, man, we got y'all last time. And I was like, you kind of did. You did, but we already know what really happened. But let's do this. Dude, the best coach in college football right now is Ryan Day.
Oh, yeah.
The answer is Ryan Day.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure. We saw Georgia struggle. We saw them last year. We see what's happening off the field in that program. What other coach is there, Mello, that can? Some people were putting Steve Sarkisian above him. How many times does Ryan Day have to prove he's a better coach than he is? I mean, he's done it 2 times within a span of what, 4 months now. He's
Yep.
beat the dude. So
they try to
there
say
it is.
Dabble, but he's what, 1-1 against Dabble. So I mean, you can't really say that. Dabble has been irrelevant for the longest, and Clemson got all this hype. They returned so much talent, and they look fraudulent. Like, that's as best as you could put it. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make the playoffs, because I think Miami's a better team in the ACC. I believe Florida State's a better team than them in the ACC. And I don't see the ACC getting more than 2 teams in the playoffs. Some people might say Dan Lanning, but Dan Lanning hasn't won anything. So you can't really say he's fun. He's entertaining. He has the personality. They have cool colors out there. They have a cool stadium. They have Phil Knight. But outside of that, what has Dan Lanning won? Nothing. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Ryan Day is the best coach in college football, and I'll go to the bat with anybody. We could throw up numbers. We could throw up stats, whatever you want to throw up, man. I'll take him over Kirby every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah. And to that, I will say this. Ohio State is the best place to come right now for development in every facet of the imagination. Let's go with the school part. The only FBS program that has scored, what is it, the 1,000 mark or whatever?
1,000 APR. Perfect
1,000 APR. Yeah, the only FBS program that can say that. The culture, who they are, how they raise them as men. You don't see a bunch of off-field things happening with these inside this program. And listen, got a pretty good inside read on this program right now. If you watch the Buckeye Boys channel, and hopefully you believe us when we say we got an inside read on this program. We don't go to message boards for information. We don't do that. So pretty good read there. And then on the football field, we saw a lot of the second and third string guys get in, and they look great. Now, it was against Grambling, but it was against Troy. It was against
ULM,
whatever. All the teams around the country. It was against New Mexico State. Other teams are playing schools like this, and they're struggling. They're beating them handedly. They're not in a worry to lose the game. Clemson was, but they're not in a worry to lose the game. But Ohio State, very few mistakes. And, man, dude, the second string offensive line got in and just opened up huge gaps. There are 3-star players on this Buckeye team that are going to become absolute superstars. There are 4-star players that are going to go in the first round. There's so many things to get excited about. But, Mello, let's start off. I got a lot of film to go down, so let's zoom through these starters real fast. Julian Sayin, 18 for 19. He's the best quarterback in the nation right now from a throwing standpoint and from a processing standpoint. I'm sticking to that. It is what it is. You can argue with me some other time, but he's going to end up being one of the best quarterbacks to come through Ohio State, which again goes to point you to the developmental and the evaluation side of this program with Ryan Day and this coaching staff. Man, this should build some confidence for you guys on the recruiting side of things. And when you look at the 26 class, watching Grambling and these players that got in, you should take a step back and relax a little bit and don't fall victim to staring at the stars and breaking down and comparing our class to other classes or classes in the past or saying, man, our natty team had this many 5-stars on it. We got to get to 5 stars. Don't fall victim to that. Watch how these guys perform on the field. We got some film to show you how they performed, and I think we're going to be all right. But quarterback position, I don't think we really need to say much, but you got anything to add to that?
You said it. Even RJ Young just made a video about 20 minutes ago talking about how Julian Sayin is the best quarterback in the country right now. And he said Julian Sayin is what everybody hyped Arch Manning to be. That's who Julian Sayin is. So at the end of the day, we could see it. We all knew this. If you're studying, you're inside, you're coming to these pods and you're a huge Buckeye fan, but we knew it from talking to players on the team, talking to recruits. We knew this last year, honestly. They were just talking about his arm talent is just different than everybody on the team. And we had Will Howard that was throwing for 80% completion rate.
Yeah. Mark said, I highly recommend y'all watching the last 2 Sports Talk J podcasts. I haven't watched them. I'm going to now that you said that. I'm assuming they talked about the Buckeyes or they talked about Bryce Underwood, which is why you're saying that. So I'm going to go watch that for sure. Bryce Underwood, 37.5% completion percentage. Mello, actually, before we continue, let's do that real fast. Okay. They looked really, really bad against Oklahoma. Oklahoma did everything they could possibly do to keep them in the game, and they still couldn't be in the game. Sharon Moore is just a piss-poor excuse for a coach. Watch him on the sideline. Please watch him on the sideline and try to tell me he has any idea what he's doing. The dude looks lost in every facet of the imagination on the sideline. Like, he just looks absolutely lost.
You know what's really bad about it? That me being as a black man, and I don't mean to disrespect anything or even say this, but like, man, he's messing up the diversity hire. Like, they're gonna be like, man, I don't know if we might want to look in a different direction. Thank you, Sharman Moore, for messing up our diversity hire. We're starting to get numbers equal, and you're just destroying it. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tongue in cheek, but it's true though. Like,
yeah. Now let me say this about Bryce Underwood. Number one, he ran his mouth like it was nobody's business.
Right.
Nobody's business. Scum fans ran their mouth like nobody's business. The best freshman ever, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to go in that category. I'm going to say this. He's surrounded by a coaching staff that sucks. He's surrounded by skilled players that suck. And when you have all those things, right, combined together, you're not going to be successful, even if you are a 5-star best freshman to ever come through college football. Whatever. You're not going to be successful if you have poor development at your position and you're not surrounded with a good offensive line and skill position, and your defense can't do anything either. You're not going to be successful. But I'm just not going to. I know Bryce Underwood ran his mouth, so we should be able to run our mouth, but he's 17, 18. I'm 34. I'm not going to bash on him. Mello, I'll leave that to you if you want to do that. But to be quite honest with you, if you're running your mouth about Bryce Underwood, he had it coming, bro. He really did. He did,
especially when you know we don't like you. So 38.3 was his PFF grade. It was the lowest in FBS. I mean, you saw him over there bashing with Justice Haynes. I'm pretty sure Justice Haynes is like, I wish I wouldn't have took that money and went to Ohio State. I guarantee you. He has more buddies on Ohio State. It's all Gwinnett County on Ohio State. He grew up with these kids, and he would actually be playing for something. But he chose the short-sighted money, and now he's going to pay for it, and he's going to get coached by out fraud as well.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Michigan, they look like what we thought they were, basura. Garbage, trash, whatever language you want to say it, either way, it's a dumpster fire. They're going to lose. They'll probably lose more games this season than they did last year.
Yeah. Yo, I'm sorry, but
what happened?
Penn State Sports Talk, BI is but because he's a captain, he gets to play over Mylan Graham. Yo, we'll dive into that a little bit, but BI would be the best receiver on your team by a very wide margin, so I don't think you're allowed to come in here and say that. I mean,
and it's Mylan Graham.
Is Mylan Graham better than BI? Probably. But does that mean that BI is bad? No, it just means Mylan's a first rounder and BI is a second rounder. I mean, I don't know if second rounders are but you'll see. Whatever.
When's the last time a Penn State wide receiver got drafted? I'm just curious. Like, seriously, I'm not sure. Maybe it was like the 1990s.
Yeah. Bro, listen, man. Let's do this. Okay, so we talked about Brandon Ennis got 16 snaps during the game. 16. Okay, so it's not like he was out there.
He said 75% of the time. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just throwing shit at a wall and seeing it.
They were out there. He was out there 16 snaps. I mean, Mylan Graham played 34 snaps. Okay, so I've heard a couple people, even a couple Ohio State fans, bring up this Brandon Ennis thing, and it's like, how about we let the season play out a little longer before we just say whatever? But anyway, we'll talk about that. The wide receivers.
Yeah, let's go right there.
Jeremiah Smith, they should have gave him another touchdown to go for this Heisman run. They didn't do
Yeah.
it. I love Jake Butt. I love him as an announcer. He's like,
He's dope.
get JJ the ball so we can get him this Heisman this year. Like, that's what he was talking about, doing it. So, but Carnell Tate, I think he keeps proving game in and game out that he's another Emeka Ibuka style receiver. He is a first-round wide receiver. Enough said there. I mean, so yeah, our starting wide receivers, Bryson Rogers got in, did his thing as well, looked real good. What about our starting receivers, Melon?
Hey, I just got one thing. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, all due disrespect, that goes for any Ohio podcaster, that goes for any Penn State fan, any Team Up North fan, any fan outside, even Ohio State fans. If you're questioning Brian Hartline, go ahead and shut down your computer screen, shut down your microphone, and go take a nap, go to sleep, because I don't want to hear it. If you're listening to any idiot that is questioning anything that Brian Hartline is doing with wide receivers, you might as well change the channel, because at the end of the day, he is the best position coach by a mile in college football, period. He's better than anyone. So if you're questioning that, then you need to look in the mirror and just ask yourself how narcissistic you are to think that you know more than that man. That's it. I don't even need to address why Brandon Ennis is starting, which I can name a million reasons. But that's the end of the conversation for me. Next person that says it, we're putting you in timeout. But no, we have the best wide receiver room in the country. And I do agree with Jake Butt. I love him. He's my favorite commentator right now, honestly. And it's crazy to say that because he went to the Team Up North. But there's nothing to say about the wide receivers, to be honest with you. They're the best in the sport.
And here's what we're going to do, man. We're going to skip the starters in general, because the starters did their job, what they were supposed to do for Grambling. So I'm going to pull up this film and we're going to dive into it. Hopefully YouTube doesn't like kick us off or something, because they don't like when you dive into film like this a lot of the times. But let's see.
Dev's
here we go.
Work. I'm not gonna lie. This is all Dev's thing. He's been doing this. Like,
hey, bro, listen.
Like, give Dev a clap or sub just for Dev doing this extra work.
Somebody screwed up and gave me access to the All 22 film, because, dude, I literally spent 2.5 hours today watching this. And, I'm trying to dive into the game of football and become smarter so I can pass that on and so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. So right here, we got K-Mac right there, who, by the way, I predicted would cause a fumble, but I predicted he would recover the fumble and score a touchdown. And then we got Riley Pettijohn. So here we go. Here's Riley, right? Here's K-Mac. Keep an eye on this guy here. It's in slow motion. Watch Riley Pettijohn here, but more specifically, watch K-Mac. He's the one that makes this happen. And Riley, being a freshman, coming in and having the withal to understand what's going on and make this play is absolutely amazing. The swim move right around him. That's why I had 8 tackles in the Texas game. Look at Riley Pettijohn. No, every other player is not paying attention, including Buckeyes. And here's a freshman linebacker, grabs the ball and goes down and scores.
Hungry, baby. So, what Paul Feinbaum say? He said this team's not hungry. No, this team is hungry. That's why we're going back to back. They're hungrier than everybody else. It's almost like they didn't eat. They didn't win anything last year. And you can see it in the play. Most teams wouldn't even give it their all against Grambling. But that wasn't even my favorite Riley Pettijohn play of the day. And I call him nephew because, Duke is over here all the time. I talk to him a lot offline, but I'm so happy for Riley.
Yeah, speaking of Riley, man, listen, I met with Riley's brother today and had lunch with him here in Tallahassee, and we agreed to meet at a certain place. And
who?
I just went in. I was there early, and he didn't text me he was there or anything, but I came out and I spotted him within 2 seconds. He looks just like his dad, and he looks just like Riley as well. So
yep.
I was like, that's definitely Riley's brother. What up, dude? So his name's Duke. Dude, the whole family is just. Did
you guys set up that basketball game, or are you ducking that smoke still?
No, I ain't ducking no smoke, bro. We can get it how we can get it, dude. I've taken L's in my life. I'll take.
Man, I'm gonna have to pull up for that one. You're not that.
But listen. He better guard me, dude, because I'll light it up out there. Anyway, here we go.
No.
Yeah, pay attention, Riley Pettijohn or Pettijohn, Riley Pettijohn. Apologize, Pettijohns. Here we go. Watch this. Stop right there. Look here. This receiver right here is faking like he's going to go out. And you would almost think that that's what he's going to do. He's giving that little fake right there. Notice who doesn't bite on it. This is a freshman linebacker right here. He does not bite on that move when there is nobody out here. And that seems like the spot the receiver should go. Watch him. Doesn't bite. Beautiful. Absolutely
That is
beautiful
my
coverage.
favorite play that he had the whole game, including when he hit the dude and made him fumble. I mean, that right there, he looked like a DB as linebacker. I was talking to his dad during that play because his dad went to the game, sent us some good film. Oh, yeah, you should pause it real quick for a second. Sent us some good film. And if you go over to our IG account, the Buckeye Boys IG account, you can see the film. It's actually a better version than even this. So if you look, he had perfect depth on that. He didn't have pass interference, which was real easy for a linebacker to get excited and grab you early. He got there perfect timing, man. We got ourselves one. And our Texans are a bunch of idiots for letting him leave that state. And I'm happy they did.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Different freshmen in the game. We got freshman running back Bo Jackson, freshman tight end. Let's see, who is that? Oh, I believe that's either Brody Lennon or Nate Roberts. And you'll see here what I'm talking about. I think I stopped it again to show people. Yeah, boom, right there. Freshman tight end. Look at the block. And more importantly, look at Gabe Van Sickle in there, a 3-star offensive line recruit. Look at that block and look at the hole he just created. Look at that. Gabe Van Sickle, let me tell you something. You go back and watch the film. Gabe Van Sickle is absolutely destroying everybody on this field. He's an absolute dog. Let's continue to play. There we go. I'm trying to see what number. I think that's Brody Lennon in there, but that's one of Bo Jackson's touchdowns. We already know that dude is a dog as well.
Yo, he is ridiculous, bro. Devin, we might have to do like a 30-minute show just on Bo. Like, that dude is different. Oh, I got a super chat just for you. This is for you.
What is it?
Right here. I threw it up there.
Yeah, dang, Johnny. Thanks, man. My bad. I know. Listen, as you can see, I've been putting in a lot of work here. The studio, you see this back here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let me do this. Boom, boom. It's my little Buckeye couch right there. You see it? So I'm trying to get this thing together. I need a new desk to stop the shaking. You are right. Thank you for letting me know that.
And I mean, if you want, go to Buckeye Boys IG. You can see the whole room. It's a good picture up there.
Yeah. So here we go. Another Riley Pettyjohn play. Pettyjohn play. Imagine that. Let's just watch. I mean, my goodness. You want to talk about a form tackle. Hey, look who comes up with the ball. I want you to look at who comes up with the ball. Who is that?
4-4, baby. 4-4.
Yo, that's Epi Satani.
Another friend of the Buckeye Boys.
Yeah, that's 2 freshmen right there doing their John. Riley Pettyjohn got defensive player of the game, rightfully so.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Marlon Graham. All right. I rewinded this up to when he first caught the ball because the thing we've been saying, let's get Marlon back on some punt returns, some kick returns or something. One of a definite 5-star attribute of Marlon Graham is his elusiveness, his Garrett Wilson elusiveness after the catch. Watch what he does. This is just so smooth, man. Just whoop, whoop. I mean, so smooth. You don't get any smoother than that. Mello, thoughts on Marlon Graham? Might be a good time to dive into.
Man, Marlon Graham is a beast. Marlon Graham and Bryson Rogers were so impressive. Like when they got in, their route running, their quickness, their stop and get to their top speed, their changing direction is just everything. They were catching great balls with strong hands. Bryson Rogers got stuck, held onto the ball. I was shocked that he held onto it, to be honest with you. He got hit pretty solid. So I'm excited for our wide receiver room, as everybody else should be, and stop questioning B. Hartline about his rotation and what he's doing, because I think he knows.
Yeah. Here's another one. Gabe Van Sickle, except for this is Isaiah West in the background. I want you guys to look at Isaiah West. Look what number he's wearing and ask yourself, to me, it looks like Travion Henderson out on the field, and I'm super excited about him. And this one is Nate Roberts. Yeah, the last one was Brody Lennon. Okay, the second tight end in the 25 class, who people are sleeping on. He's just as fast as who was it? I forget, but he's one of the most athletic kids in his class. Brody Lennon, the other tight end. But this is Nate Roberts. Watch Gabe Van Sickle. I believe they call this counter. Yeah, that's Nate Roberts. Look at the block by both of them. They open that back up, the cut back, the power to do that. This is being played in slow motion, so you don't really get to see the speed and athleticism of Isaiah West. But
I do like that number, though. It looks good on his back.
I know. It does, don't it?
Yeah, man. You know what I like about Bo Jackson and Isaiah West? This isn't a knock to any other running backs on our team, but their vision. Their vision is pretty elite. And then you take the athleticism of Bo Jackson, he's going to be special. I'm telling you right now, that kid is going to be special.
Yeah. Mika, don't get ahead of yourself. I may or may not have a little clip of Quincy Porter that'll get you super excited, because a lot of people watch the game and say, well, where was 5-star Quincy Porter? I'll show you what the heck he was up to, and you guys are going to be very excited. But right here, future defensive end star Zion Grady, been on the show. Another fan, another brother of the Buckeye Boys here. Watch him. This is just straight effort, good hand fighting, and good speed. I think he surprised the quarterback with his speed here, and you'll be able to tell that in this play. Watch him.
He surprised me.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. He did me too. Look at that.
You know what the best part of that whole play is? I don't know if you guys noticed, but he didn't leave his feet on that pump fake, because that quarterback is very elusive. He was getting away from a lot of tackles that he should have been brought down in the backfield. And he didn't leave his feet, but he followed and shadowed with his hands, stayed on the ground, and that allowed him to close out the distance and slow the quarterback up just to make that sack. That was the key, was not leaving his feet on that.
Yeah. Yep. Very much so. Everybody wants to know, hey, Bo Jackson, we know he's a good running back, but can he pass protect? That's the biggest question for pretty much all running backs, especially freshman running backs, because they don't do this in high school. There's no running backs pass protecting in high school. There might be now, but that's what I hear a lot of people say that dive into that. It doesn't happen too often. Well, check out our running back, our freshman running back. Let's see if he knows how to pass protect. I just wanted to show you guys this, cut it down a little earlier. Gave Lincoln Keenholz just enough time, toss it in to Jelani Thurman for the touchdown.
Hold up, we got to run that back. That's my guy. I got to see it one more time, man.
I'm careful doing that, because they'll dang our account for playing this film. But no, there we go. Look at it. Boom.
Look at my boy. Everybody is Spider-Man.
Yeah, right
Number
there.
15.
Boom. Bro, he had a good game. Real good game. Yeah.
He missed the block, though. I saw it. He missed the block. It kind of pissed me off a little bit. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. I believe this is Mr. Jake Cook and Mr. Brody Lennon. Okay. Brody Lennon right here lined up again. An Ohio tight end, more of a receiving tight end, super fast, super athletic. Jake Cook, a 3-star offensive lineman. Let's see what this 3-star is able to do here. I believe we call this counter again. Here goes Jake Cook coming out the stance. Beautiful turn and push. Brody Lennon does his job getting him out of the way. And would you look at that? Another freshman, Bo Jackson, gone with the wind down the sideline for like a 51-yard gain.
That kid is different. That's all I can say. He's just different.
Yeah. Here we go. Where is our 5-star wide receiver, Quincy Porter? Which I got to remind people, me and Mello did a 2025 wide receiver show. That's the only one we did, actually. We were going to break down all the position groups in the recruiting class. And during that show, this was when Quincy Porter was ranked like outside of the top 100. During that show, we were adamant that Quincy Porter was a top 3 wide receiver in the nation, and he was well outside of that rank. He ended up a 5-star. Let's see what he does when the ball's not coming his way. Look at the physical block from Quincy Porter on that play. That is all freshmen, by the way.
Yep.
All freshmen made that happen. Jake Cook, Brody Lennon, Bo Jackson, and Quincy Porter made that play happen right there. These freshmen are getting it. Here is another goal line stand. Sam Williams-Dixon is running back. Tavian St. Clair's in the game. Brody Lennon, Jake Cook pulling around yet again.
They ran that counter like 4 or 5 plays in a row.
That's because they were doing stuff like this because Jake Cook's an absolute animal. Watch this, dude.
I love Jake Cook.
Look, boom. Now, watch this. Runs into the guy, Sam Williams does, but Brody Lennon is also pushing him, and that's what gives him the extra push into the end zone.
I'm happy for Sam Williams-Dixon, man. He went through a lot since he's been here, and he came, thought about hitting the portal, never actually went in the portal, and then he changed his mind and stayed. And I'm so happy that this young man stuck it out, man. That resiliency, it teaches you stuff for life. You're going to need it as an adult.
I am as well. He's going to have a hard time getting on the field with Isaiah West, Turbo Rogers, and Bo Jackson. He's going to have a hard time seeing the field. But, man, again, listen, while you're watching this film, I understand it's Grambling, but these are freshmen in the game right now, okay? It just goes to show you the type of culture and the type of brotherhood and the type of development that is here at Ohio State. I mean, Riley Pettijohn, they didn't give him a 5-star.
And he's easily the best linebacker come out that class.
Very much so. I mean, very much so. Look at the dude. I got some more film here of another linebacker we signed in this class who is also an absolute stud.
Another Buckeye Boys brother.
Mm-hmm. Let's watch Riley here. Look at him dissecting the play.
Shadowing, for the hole.
Doesn't bite on the motion. Makes the play. Makes the tackle. Well done, young man. Here we go. Jarquez Carter. Let's start that over. Jarquez Carter right there. Watch this effort play here and watch how strong this cat is. Boom.
Freshman. Double team.
Does not give up. Look at the effort after the play. Love it, man. Love it. I saw Tyleek Williams doing similar stuff on the field. Here we go. Another Jarquez Carter. Double teamed right there. Doesn't move. Actually gains ground. Trucks through everybody. And then what? Goes and finishes off with a tackle, dude. Bro, I absolutely loved that play, man. Like watching the effort that he put into it.
But we knew this. Mm-hmm. The first moment we had to reschedule an interview, and then he was like, "I just left the gym on his own." He did an extra workout because he just loves being in the weight room.
Yeah, he absolutely does. Let's see who I got here. Another Jarquez Carter play. I believe this is where he's double teamed again. And I just want you to see the strength of this dude. Yeah. Look at the fight. Look at
the double team block.
And made the tackle. You just see that? Yep. Went through a couple different people there.
I got a question. How long before he's the third defensive tackle rotating in? How long?
I don't think it's very long. I think 3 or 4 more games, and he's going to be the third DT into the game. Especially after the performance he put on here, because Tywan Malone was in as well. But I will say Will Smith Jr. is also a dog. The dude is good. Here we go. This is Aaron Scott Jr., another 5-star corner on the team. We'll slow this down. Watch the break on the ball here. Gets there in plenty of time. Just beautiful play by a sophomore corner at the Ohio State. Here we go. The other linebacker, TJ Alford. I want to remind you when you're watching this that this is being played at half speed. Watch how quick this dude gets down the line. Here we go. This is insane to me. Changing something up. He's like, yeah, I got it, dog. Trust me, I got this. The tight end leaves in motion, and here comes,
he smoked that dude. Like, honestly, from the other camera angle, normally the 22 is the best, but from the actual side angle, he absolutely obliterated that running back.
Yep. So here we go. Riley and TJ are the future of this linebacker room right now. Stover got in as well, played excellent. Eli Lee got in the game as well, played very well. What James Laurinaitis is doing with this linebacker room is we don't even realize it yet. We don't realize what he's doing, but Melo's been preaching LBU for quite some time, and I wasn't buying it. Well, all my stock is now officially in Ohio State is the new LBU because we got some serious potential coming on this team right now, and it is extremely exciting. Anything to add on those two linebackers?
Oh, we're definitely LBU, and I mean, it goes to show when UGA, their top beat writers and podcasters are saying there's no two linebackers like Ohio State has in terms of Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. And then when you look at the rest of the room, nobody has the room that we have. They tried to hype up Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, and those boys, but we saw what they did. I mean, I think Tyler Atkinson is absolutely out of his mind for going there. He's not going to develop. He really isn't. He's going to get paid a whole lot of money, but are you going to maximize your potential? I don't think so.
Yeah. Another 5-star freshman, Devin Sanchez, played a lot. We didn't hear his name at all. You want to know why? Blanket coverage is why. They didn't even attempt it. They did not even attempt it. So the dude was doing him thing. Another secondary player, freshman, who I'm super impressed with, Fahim Delane.
Mm-hmm.
Fahim Delane, super great coverage on one of the passes. Dude still made the catch, but sometimes you just have good plays made in football. You can't ask for better coverage. And his closing speed, there's a pattern with the safeties that Ohio State really loves, and it's their closing speed. Pay attention to that. Caleb Downs, the fastest closer in all of college football.
Yeah.
Jalen McClain is very close behind him, believe it or not. And Fahim Delane is another one on that list who we're going to be talking a lot about in the future. So anything to add there? And we saw Aaron Scott, what he did.
I mean, our DBs, is BIA. That's the standard. We salute to OG Walt. People want to kill him about his recruiting. OG Walt has been getting it done. Just think about when OG Walt got here. We had one of the worst secondaries in all of college football. Now for the past 2.5 years, we had the best secondary in college football. BIA is back. It's here to stay. And you guys got to stop. You got to lay off the coaches. So I was just thinking about something. You know how everybody's trying to kill LJ. But think about what LJ does in terms of development. Look at these kids. Look at the Ziggy Grady sack that he got where he didn't leave his feet. You don't think LJ's running drills specifically on that? He is. So, stop killing people. All these podcasters that all you do is focus on star rankings and recruiting, shut up, because you're talking out both sides of your mouth. 1 second is we can't recruit. The next second, we have the best team on the field. Do we want some of these players? Yes. And trust me, me and Dev want them more than you. We talk to these kids all the time, even offline. So, and we are sitting in here putting in work. So if we're not stressing over it, you shouldn't be stressing over it.
Yeah. Defensive line, Zion Grady. We saw him. Zion Grady enrolled early, so he had the head start for Epi Satanile. But if you watch what Zion Grady did, Epi's going to be doing the same things. He got 4 or 5 snaps in the game. And, he did well getting in there, but he's got a long way to go. But I'm telling you, listen to me when I'm telling you this, dude. Epi is going to be a big-time player as well. Jarquez Carter. And even Trajan Odom got in the game. And if you go back and watch the film, he looked good as well. He really did. He didn't flash as much as Jarquez. Trajan is more of a developmental player, but you can tell he's got it there. Dominic Kirks, Josh Mickens got in the game, top 100 defensive end in the 23 class. Joshua Mickens, haven't heard his name. He was about the 5th. He came in with Zion Grady, so it's good to see that as well. He looks way beefier when he was in there, so I really enjoyed seeing that. Anything to add to the offensive line or defensive line, Melo?
No, I think we're in good hands. I think me and you have been proponents of this the whole time, that our D-line is going to be fine and we're going to be good.
Yeah, for sure. On the offensive side of the ball, we know about our freshmen wide receivers, Quincy and Milan. Phillip Bell was in there, took a big hit. But Phillip Bell, bro, listen, Phillip Bell's in the Milan Graham category. Just want to remind people of that. You go look at recruiting rankings, he's not, but Bro, Phillip Bell is there. Phillip Bell used to be ranked, was the number one receiver in his class, and for some reason, he just dropped all the way down. He's been through a lot in life, but I'm telling you, the dude is right there, and you guys will find that out. Remember, I said that, and you guys will find that out. But freshman wide receivers are absolutely amazing. But I'd say the most exciting. Well, dude, you can't say that either because tight end. I mean, bro, we're just so stacked, man. The freshman running backs, Bo Jackson, he's gonna be getting more playing time. It's just gonna happen. He's gonna sneak in there. He's gonna get it. He's just a dude. He's really, really good. Isaiah West is as well. We didn't even get a chance to see Turbo Rogers, but
Yeah, but
again,
he came in late. I think we'll see him maybe in the Ohio game. Maybe. I mean, the Ohio game should be closer. I wanted to hit this, the natural. Yo, TSC got Bell crushed. Laugh out loud. So this is why I pulled it up, because the irony. So Coach Mick, when last year or earlier this year, it was this year actually, where someone was asking him about TSC, and he said, think Justin Fields, but more accurate. And now I'm about to tie it in to why I pulled this comment up, because Justin Fields got our boy G5, Garrett Wilson, absolutely crushed by Jalen Ramsey yesterday. Same type of thing, like just got him crushed. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good sign that he's going to be a more accurate Justin Fields.
Yeah, we like it. This tight end room, this tight end room is the best in the nation. We have the best linebacker room in the nation. We have the best secondary in the nation. Our D-line is up there, especially with scheme and what Matty P can do. But LBU, safety U, wide receiver U.
O-line U.
Hold on, we're not there yet. Oh. Tight end U. Tight end U. We played 6 tight ends. Nate Roberts, the freshman, is a dog. He is very, very good. Will Kazmarek making that catch as a 6'6", 265-pound blocking tight end. Very exciting. All of the tight ends were heavily involved. Jelani Thurman showing up and showing out. Jelani Thurman's blocking ability from last year to this year,
absolutely.
There's a stark difference in what he is. Is that the right word to use?
Yeah.
This is a good learning. Stark. I don't even know what that means. I've just heard people using it. So
sharp, like vast.
Yeah.
Night and day is just emphasizing the difference.
Yeah. So Mello, anything to add to the skill position of the younger?
Like that's my thing. How do you stop this team? You got to think about it. They're going to attack you on defense. They're going to attack you on offense. Back to back. That's all I got to say. Back to back.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys see by now that we 100% have the coaching staff and we have the players to go back to back. The other thing that comes with going back to back is the ball kind of has to fall your way sometimes. It just is what it is. Calls can deter that. Last year, it was leave no doubt. Ryan Day preached it, and he did it. This year, the team is get better faster. Let's get better faster than everybody else in the nation, and that's what they did. They come out week 2, and they looked better than any other team in the nation. I don't care who they were playing. So did a lot of other teams, played some trash teams. Ohio State looked like the best team. Oregon looked really, really good too. But Ohio State looked like the best team.
No doubt.
So, Terry, I'm going to agree with you right now on that statement that it's Ohio State and Oregon. But be careful with Oregon. Just be careful with Oregon. With the way that they run their offense and the way that their team is built. We saw what happened to them last year, okay? You got to have that foundation of a culture in a 12-team playoff. You have to be able to keep that hunger. And what is behind the hunger? The culture of this team. That's my biggest question about Oregon. What is their culture? They like the shiny things. They like the expensive things. They like all that stuff. Does that affect their culture? It did last year. They couldn't grind it out last year at the end of the season. They couldn't do it. That's a culture issue. So we'll see.
You know what my question is about Oregon? I do think they're the second best team right now. We can't really deny it. They haven't really played anybody, but they look really good. My question, do they have the depth? Like if they get some kind of injuries, certain places, do they have the depth to recover from that? Do they have the coaching ability to recover from that? Because let's just face it, they got outcoached in the Rose Bowl. Their players got outplayed in the Rose Bowl. I think if we meet them, it's the same. Is this going to be the same scenario? I don't think they're there yet, but I do think they look better than all the rest of the teams in the country besides us.
Yeah. Joseph Torres, Julian saying is a true sophomore. Listen, Mello, the thing about depth, it goes back to culture again, because check it out. How does your depth get better? By giving it 110% every single day, no matter what. How do they give 110% every day? They have to be backed by culture. They have to believe in the system that they're playing in. They have to be motivated. They have to see the goal to do this thing. They have to be focused. And when you watch our second string come out in Grambling, you would have thought that they were playing in the national title game, and it was 70-0. And Jarquez Carter, a defensive tackle, is chasing the play down after it's done. He's still running from sideline to sideline, chasing him down. The rest of the freshmen did the same thing. That's how you build depth. Everything in football starts with culture, including your depth. So that's what I would have to say to the Oregon thing as well. But once Oregon gets that down and they understand that and they see that, you better watch the heck out, because Dan Lang in Oregon, I mean, they have the ability to do that. But let's get to the best offensive line in the country. The biggest change that this fan base has had is going from we suck as an offensive line, Justin Fry sucks, and a year later, not even a full year later, we are saying we have the best offensive line in the country. Goes to show you what fans know about football, including this one.
And no, it's both of us. We did an emergency podcast talking about we need Justin Fry gone, even if we want a natty. Just think about how ridiculous that sounds.
Literally.
We really did.
Yeah, we did that. But this is a learning thing for me as well, and Mello, and you guys. Just because the fan base and the beat are barking something and saying something doesn't make it true.
Nope.
It just doesn't. Another example that you're going to find out this year. Where did this LJ thing start? The beat. It started with Ohio State beat, the questions they were asking Ryan Day, the stories they were putting out. It started with defensive end depth, then it switched to defensive tackle depth, then it went back to defensive end, now it's defensive tackle. Chill. Just because the fan base is tripping about our D tackle depth doesn't mean it's true. Example, offensive line. Our starting offensive line. Let me tell you something, Mello. I'm really starting to like Ethan Anianwa at right guard.
I'm loving it.
Really starting to like him at right guard. So paying close attention to that. Let's do something here. Let me do this.
I love our offensive line.
Yeah, Ethan Anianwa had 26 snaps. Tegra Shabola, 26 snaps. Okay, so
dead even.
Yeah, dead even. Ian Moore got 20. Gabe Van Sickle got 20. Ian Moore looked great. Gabe Van Sickle looked great. Josh Padilla looked great. One of the biggest surprises that nobody in the nation had, and I've heard people report on this and get it wrong, Justice Terry was our right tackle. And the second string, Justice Terry, the transfer from West Virginia, played right tackle over Ethan Anianwa.
Hold on. Back up. Hold on. Just say all that again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Justice Terry, the transfer offensive lineman, 6'5". He was like 360 when he came into the program, was our second string right tackle.
So what? Oh.
And Ethan Anianwa played right guard next to him at right tackle. So that's an interesting development there.
That means we even have more depth than we even originally thought.
That's correct. And he did well. But the second string offensive lineman that shined the most for me, Gabe Van Sickle. Go watch the film. Pay attention to number 58. Remember his name. Remember that number. He is a starting guard next year. He is going to be the new Luke Montgomery next year. Luke's a dog. If Luke leaves, Gabe Van
I
Sickle's
think
right
Luke's
there.
going to leave, man. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back one more year, but I think he's going to be a high draft pick.
Bro, I don't think anybody's leaving. I'll tell you that. I think
hope not.
Caleb Downs is leaving, but outside of that, I don't think Reese
Sonny's
is going to
leaving.
leave. I think, and you know why I don't think they're going to leave? Because the culture that's at Ohio State and the fact that the Buckeyes can pay their players more money than any other team can in the nation if they are producing on the field. That's what
Yeah,
they do.
that part is
they're
true,
gonna do.
but I think
So.
Sonny's a foregone conclusion. Lorenzo Stout, IGB, and Caleb Downs are all gone. I think Tate is gone as well.
Yeah, I think Tate has to be gone, right?
No,
Yeah.
he's in his third year. He's a junior. He's been starting ever since he got here.
Okay. Yeah, I got really confused on that. So Brandon,
Well,
Ennis
not
is a
starting. He
junior as
played some when Marv was here.
Yeah. Anyway,
yes, we did. B.
Oh, that was Tim Walton's son.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's
was.
cool. I was wondering who that was. He was doing a good job. I like that. Let's see. Where was I at? The offensive line. Yeah, the offensive line. Austin Sareveld looked good. Philip Daniels is still my favorite. I really, really like the way the dude plays football. I really, really like Philip Daniels and the way he plays tackle.
He is good.
I'm telling you, man, it's
Genetics.
his fire, dude. Yeah, I know. He'll do whatever to make sure his dude don't beat him. I watched him chokehold somebody, dude.
And he'll talk trash to you. I like his confidence. That's what I like about him. They asked him, "Did you call home when you were named the right tackle?" And he looked at him like this, smiled, and you could tell he was thinking, like, how should I answer this without disrespecting anybody? And then he said, "No, I didn't call home because I knew I was going to be the starting right tackle the whole time." Like that confidence. Or when he was talking about Colin Simmons talking trash to him, saying, "Yo, you're trash." He's like, "What?
Yeah.
I didn't see anything special on tape about you." The same stuff I was saying. He has one little swim move. He tries to beat you outside. If you get to your spot, he doesn't have a secondary counter to that. And he was like, so I just locked him up and he knocked my helmet off the very next play. And he stopped talking after that. I had a few choice words for him. Obviously, he was cursing at him, but yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah. Hey, I like this, Will Star. If they win back-to-back championships, they're all coming back to win 3 in a row, including Caleb's Dam. It's not like we won't also be a top 5 draft pick. Yeah, very true. Listen, I'm telling you, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. I'm not sold. I'm just not sold on saying anybody for sure is going unless they have to. Caleb Downs would be the one that I would say is probably – I don't know, but we'll see. Caleb is a different cat. He's a different cat, man. He's not your average best player in the nation. And
I'm telling you right now, he's gone.
And neither is Jeremiah Smith. But this offensive line, I mean, dude, the depth that Justin Fry built before here, everybody was paying way close attention to the stars. Even this class he brought in, Jake Cook is an animal. Javon McFadden got on the field and looked good. Carter Lowe was out there as well. The only 3 offensive linemen we signed in the class all look like they're hits. All look like they're going to be playing in a starting role at some point in time in their career. And then bring in Tyler Bowen with what he's doing in recruiting right now and how he is doing this. Like, bro, like our offensive line, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, we are going to win the Joe Moore Award this year like you have been preaching and preaching and preaching. And I just didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to buy that stock quite yet. Yeah. I'm buying the stock now because not only do we have elite starters, but we probably have 7 or 8 offensive linemen that could alternate in and out on this starting line.
I say 10.
And not have that
easily.
Much of a drop off.
I say 10 easily. And it might, with you talking about Justice Terry, I could go up to 11 now. But yeah, this O-line is ridiculous. Shout out to Justin Fry and his development. Shout out to Coach Day that had the foresight to go get Tyler Bowen and then to get 2 other position O-line coaches to just run these guys and get nothing but reps because it's all about reps, all about being on the same page. Shout out to Mick because Mick might have the most important job on the entire team. Strength, athleticism, development. And he's doing a hell of a job doing that. He's the best strength conditioning coach in the country. So as you can see, people will say we're homers, but we're really not. Like we're legit have the best at just about every position. I won't say we have the best running back room right now. I won't say we have the best D line room right now, but everywhere else, I'll argue with you.
Yeah. And I am also, you're not going to catch us talking negatively about these Buckeyes on this channel. It's just not going to happen. Every once in a while, we might say something like, yeah, they can get better, but we're not going to come in here and report on negative news. We're not going to
Nope.
come on here and say James Peoples sucks, CJ Donaldson sucks.
Because they
It's
don't.
not going to happen. Number one, they don't. But even if we thought they did, we're not going to do it. We're just, I mean, I love the Buckeyes too much. And not only that, I feel like I know them more now as people. I feel
Right.
like I know a lot of this coaching staff, and I do know some of these players as people now, and they're real people. So I'm
Right.
not going to sit here and spread those things about them, especially about one game or one play or something. Let's let the season play out before we're really going to judge somebody. So you're not going to hear any of that here. That's why we get called homers a lot and people act like we don't know what we're talking about. We're just not going to come on here and badmouth a 16, 17, or 18-year-old. Sorry, we're not going to do that. It's not going
Yeah,
to
it's
happen. I
corny.
want them to succeed. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
life, not even just on the football field, just in life.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, these kids are winning. They're coming to Ohio State. Forget the football part. They're winning. These kids are not getting in trouble.
Yeah.
They're getting paid. They're getting their degrees. They have the average team GPA is 3.5. Where are they doing that anywhere else? And still winning and winning natties.
Yeah.
Nobody else is doing that.
Who's this Chris Alquist?
I don't know.
Stop. It was Grambling.
What's
Bruh,
that mean?
He doesn't.
We
know
played
what I'm
Texas
talking about.
before that, Chris. Alquist.
Anyway, check it out. We got 3 minutes, right? Mika,
Yep.
Thank you so much for the $2. Love you all. Dynasty loading. Absolutely. Mello, we got 3 minutes. Give me a
Yeah.
30 to 45 second breakdown of where we want to see this team get better after watching them play Grambling.
I want to see the run game keep getting more explosive plays in a run game. I think that's the last linchpin. I think you saw Brian Hartline and his play calling development and execution, and you could see if you have foresight and you know the sport or you just know sports in general, you can see what he's doing. He's taking that Chip Kelly element of our run blocking schemes are going to be the same as our pass blocking schemes, and you're not going to be able to know which one we're doing. So, I mean, you're going to pick your poison, how you want to die and how you want to lose. So that's what I want to see. I just want to see more explosiveness from the run game.
Yep. Will Starr hit it for me, and you did as well, Mello. The run game, I do want to see a little bit more dynamic running there, the ability for the long runs, the Travion runs down the field. I want to see that a little more. The second string offensive line really did work for Grambling. Didn't see they did enough, right, to win the game, obviously, but I wanted to see more and pressuring the quarterback, getting home, getting those sacks. I watched Jermaine Matthews miss him pretty bad. I ain't stressing, that or anything. He's super elusive. Yeah, Mello, like you said, but I do want to see that. Just a little bit more pressure. But also, remember, early in the season, Matt Patricia's not trying to put everything out there. We got some other bigger teams to play. He's not going to be pulling out all his secret weapons and his schemes and all that stuff. So I think if this team wants to get pressure on the quarterback, you don't know where it's going to come from, and they'll make it happen. I just don't think they wanted to pressure the quarterback that much, if you ask me. And the same thing with Texas. They just wanted to make Arch Manning beat them. And how do you do that? You sit back and make him throw into your coverage, and it worked. If you're going to be blitzing all the time, they only blitzed Arch Manning 4 times. I believe it was 4 times, not very much at all. So that was the game plan. And that was the game plan here. There was no need to blitz either, but still, as a fan, I just like seeing that. So I want to see it more. But yeah, Mello, let's see what this run game looks like against a bigger, defensive line in Ohio. They just beat West Virginia. They gave Rutgers everything they would have wanted to ask for. So OU is not Grambling.
Right.
I will tell you that.
It's a good test right before Big Ten play. But one last thing. I don't know how we forgot this, Dev. We got to salute Caleb Downs. That interception was phenomenal.
Yeah. That was a backwards coffee house stunt. He acted like he was pressuring and went back into coverage. But dang, man, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Got to keep an eye out on these in-state schools, man. USF just beat Florida, so can't let Ohio come in here and do anything crazy to us. I'm very upset about Florida losing Billy
Me too.
Napier. I was actually rooting for him because I met him, and Vernell Brown Jr. is on their team, who I think is one of the best wide receivers in the nation.
Yeah.
He's a freshman. Dude's a dog. But on that note, we appreciate you guys. We're going to be back tomorrow. Duke might be joining us some point in time. And we're going to get Riley's brother on here too now for sure. Talks of football from time to time. So we appreciate you guys.
If you do a basketball game with him, make sure it's a weekend. I'm gonna drop down.
All right. Appreciate you guys for joining the show. Please don't forget to hit the like button on both channels, subscribe button on both channels. Appreciate all the super chats. Become a member on Buckeye Boys. It really helps us out, helps to give more things back to you and to the community. On that note, hang around. B. Moses in Nevada on next. Exciting show planned for y'all. God bless y'all. We love you. Go Buckeyes. OH.
Yo, Dynasty mode.